What's going on, YouTube? My name is GT, and if you're new to this channel, we provide meaningful information around fitness and finance through interesting conversations like the one we're going to have today. Let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about how banks do not help us in our journey to saving money. See, at a young age, we have all been taught wrong principles as it pertains to saving money, and it all started with the piggy bank. We were taught to put money in our piggy bank will help us save and grow our money over the long term. But as we've learned, that is not the case. Because of inflation and the cost of living, the money we're actually putting in our piggy bank is being devalued by day. And so we've had to learn now that there has to be a different way to go about saving money. Then we evolved and they taught us that we need to go to a bank to open a savings account so that we can now move the money that used to be in our piggy bank into this institution because it seemed like the right thing to do. And in addition to that, they would be offering us interest. So now we're being led to believe that that money is going to compound and make us more money, which will allow us to have a healthy retirement. Well, that also didn't end up being the case either, because you and I know that we won't be able to retire off of 0.05% interest that the bank is offering. If inflation is 5%, we're actually losing money, leaving our money in the bank. In addition to that, banks offer other products such as a CD. A CD is a certificate of deposit, where you can lock money away for a particular period of time, and the bank in return will give you interest higher because of the fact that you allowed the money to allowed the bank to have your money for that period of time. So let's say, for example, you go to the bank and you lock your money in for 1 year, which means you can't touch that money for 1 year. But in return for leaving the money there locked for a year, the bank will give you 5% interest. That's a lot of money. Problem is that what exactly is the bank doing with that money? Do you think it's locked away in some sort of vault or safe? Do you think they have a dedicated piggy bank with your name on it that they're leaving it there? No, the bank is a lot smarter than you and I, because the bank now uses your money to go and make more money, and they're not leaving that money in a savings account. You see, they're using other vehicles and instruments such as investing in the market, into bonds, and other avenues to make that money move significantly faster. So in their world, the bank with your money can make it 100, 200, 300% gains. And in return, they're giving you 5% gain because you left it in a safe place. And we're led to believe that that 5% gain is going to help us get to the next level in our financial journey, which is not the case. So what am I saying? Am I saying that the banks are bad and they can't help you? Of course not. There's a lot of benefits where banks can help us when it comes to getting mortgages, business loans, and other things. Of course, I'm all about the bank. Is a savings account the worst thing in the world? Not necessarily. Maybe it's a place you can leave to help you process transactions for doing things online. So there's benefits for the bank in those regards. But if you're truly trying to advance financially and trying to really increase your savings account, there have to be other things you need to be open to considering to help you advance your agenda further. Number one, you can do a high yield savings account. There are banks out there that offer high yield savings accounts. Most often than not, they're online banks, and they will give you 3 or 4% interest. But again, as we talked about, not enough to really advance the agenda because of inflation. So the next thing you really ultimately need to consider doing is to let your money go and make you more money. And that's through investing. There are a lot of avenues and a lot of vehicles. And again, this is not necessarily financial advice for you to invest into any particular thing. However, the S&P 500 on average over the last 100 years has given you about an 11% return. For you to get 11% at your local bank that's paying you 0.05% interest, you need to do the math, which is called the rule of 72, and figure out how long will it take you to make 11% interest, how many years. However, in the S&P 500, in just 1 year, you can make 11% return. Now, can you live off of 11% and retire off of that? Maybe yes, maybe no. But even if it requires you to do more, the purpose of this video was to enlighten us to not lean on the banks for our financial futures, but to continue to evolve our thinking into how we can make our money work harder and faster to get to our end destination of financial freedom. If you have any questions along the way about these banks, be sure to comment below. On your way out, be sure to give us a subscribe, like the video, share this with someone you may know.